Okay, so today I wanted to show you how I use Auric for very natural makeup. I have a Zoom meeting and I just thought like I might as well sit down and just kind of like, you know what I mean? Do a little something something. I want to show you how I do it without like, I'm not wearing foundation at all. Like I'm not going to. I am freshly moisturized. Tatcha water cream, that's my go-to. I'm just trying to, I don't know, I've been like kind of oily recently. Surprisingly. So the first thing I'm gonna do is Ulta MD sunscreen. And like it's a Zoom meeting, I'm not going outside, but you know, sunscreen is just really important. And I feel like it's a good thing to include in all of my videos. Because I know that one time that I don't include it, people are gonna be like, but do you wear sunscreen? We're looking real healthy right now. So I'm going to prime under my eyes. I'm gonna Wayne Goss with the Ilia, whatever it is. Eye primer. Actually, I'm gonna take that around just everything. Picking up a little bit more, I'm gonna take it just all around my eyes. So I'm gonna start under my eyes. This is a Wayne Goss technique, and then I'm just gonna take it all around. This is just a quickie. Just a quickie. That's what I'm gonna call it. Just a quickie. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I'm gonna use Rare Beauty, and I'm really not gonna use that much. I kind of am a little bit red in this area. I tend to get darkness here, and I'm gonna do that. Like I'm just gonna pop it in areas that need a little coverage, and then obviously like underneath my eyes. And I guess I'll just do like right there. And then I'm just gonna blend this out with my fingers. So just like a combination of padding and like sweeping motions. When I'm in a rush, this is how, and I'm going for like very natural looking makeup, this is how I do it. So patting where I need a little more coverage. And then in like the larger areas of my face, I just kind of like do these sweeping motions. Underneath my nose, around here. Just tend to get like redness, you know? I might have actually put down a little too much. All right, so now I'm gonna focus this underneath my eyes, but I don't really wanna like cover up my dark circles completely. Sides of my nose, which is again why I'm not using a color corrector. Now, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Giorgio Armani A Contour. This guy, just on my double chin, just there. And then I'm gonna blend that out with my finger. Just for like a little dimension under the jawline to make that bread and pasta a little less obvious. And then I'm gonna do sort of similar thing with my nose. I'm just gonna like pop it right there on the tip, and then kind of just define the tip a little bit. Just blending. I don't really know why I do that. I just do. I'm gonna use the Danessa Myricks Light 1. I think it's a contour color, but I'm gonna use it as a little bit of a bronzer. So I'm gonna pick just a little bit up and just add a tiny bit of warmth, like around my temples, and then on my cheekbone. So I'm just gonna kind of like lay it out first real quick. You can bring it up here if like your hair is gonna be, my like bangs always covered up. So then instead of using any kind of a contour, I'm just gonna place this like right there. I think I might stop contouring on my jawline or my cheekbones. Like I might just use bronzer there from now on. And then I'm kind of using like flat part of my finger just to blend that out, but I'm just trying to make sure that it's not like too much, because obviously I'm not wearing foundation. So I just want like a, you know, sheer amount of that color. And then wherever I didn't use concealer, like I got a pat, you know, around my temples, but wherever I didn't use concealer, I'm just gonna kind of like rub it. All right, now I'm going to go in with the Auric, what are these called? Smoke Reflect. I'm gonna use Defiance because, you know, just became like my favorite color. So I'm going to just pick up a little bit of the cream, and then I'm gonna pat it all over the lid and then just kind of like blend it out. Like smoke it out. So I'm just gonna do like a very, 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 very light wash of this. So I've actually concluded that these are much easier to blend with a brush. That being said, I did use a clear eyeshadow primer, so it didn't like cover up any of the imperfections on my eyelids. But you can see that it's like blending out a lot better. So this is actually like kind of an enhancement of my dark circle color, you know, like I'm kind of embracing it. And then I'm gonna take a small herb brush, which I don't have because all my brushes are dirty and I haven't washed them. I'm gonna take this little guy. Actually, I guess I'll just use that same blending brush and just run whatever's left over underneath my, on my eye bag. It's funny because when you look at this eyeshadow, you think it's gonna be like really metallic, which it can be, but look at how natural that looks. Like it just kind of like looks like a sheen, you know? And that's why as soon as I saw these, I knew that this is how I was like gonna use it the most. It just looked very exotic. All right, so now I'm going to brush out my brows with some soap. So I use the Dr. Bronner's soap with a little Sigma spoolie. So I just spritz my soap with a little bit of a setting spray. You could use water, it doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to, you know, do that. Nothing too crazy. I just want them to look a little put together. And while that's setting, I'm going to set underneath my eyes and just the center of my face where I tend to get oily, which has been happening a lot recently, which is really strange. I guess I'll use my one size powder. And then like usual, I'm just gonna pop a tiny bit more concealer directly underneath my eyes. Just right there. I like this translucent powder because it doesn't really get rid of, you know, the dimension in the face. It just kind of like smooths everything, sets and smooths. But like you can still see, like obviously I didn't use a color corrector. I'm not trying to like get rid of my dark circles completely. Because I actually think they kind of look good with this eye color. So just putting that powder in the center of my face. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of blush. What am I gonna use is the question. I'm gonna use the shade from Patrick Ta, She's Sincere, and it is a powder, and I'm using a, what is this? BH number 2 brush. And I'm just going to pat up here. So I'm going to use Morganite. This is actually the like more pink highlight. Put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Pick that up with my finger, and then I'm just gonna pop it in the, you know, highlighting areas. Up onto my brow bone, just like this C shape, but I'm avoiding those breakouts. Okay, so this is it as a highlight. Matte center, highlight. Stunning. Isn't that beautiful? Just a sheen. Depends on how you use it, folks. A little bit above my brow, just like whatever's left over on my finger. Above my brows. I'm going to do my brows real quick. I'm going to use my Lime Crime Bushy Brow Pen, and I'm just doing like the most light fill, just in like where the sparse areas are. I just want to add a little bit more blush. I just wanted like a little bit more warmth in this area of my face. I'm trying to decide if I want to use my Clio mascara or I think I'm going to use my Lancome Monsieur Big Waterproof, because I haven't really given it any love in a little while, and it was my OG fave waterproof mascara. I got a brush hair on my nose. Yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do another layer. My top lashes, because that's where I want the focus. And then I'm gonna run a little bit underneath, but kind of just on the outer 2/3. Like very light application. Okay, and then the last step is lips. So I'm gonna use my my fave and my OG, which is Lime Crime Topist, just to give a little structure. All right, and that's basically it. Very quick. It kind of doesn't, like, it's very, very natural, you know? And this is pretty much how I would wear it if I was going to either dinner or like I have a Zoom meeting. I don't really care to look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. It kind of just looks like me when I woke up, but slightly elevated. Shiny skin, didn't cover up all the imperfections, you know, brow, a nice sheen on the lids, and wash of color, which is obviously one of the ways that you can wear these things. And here's an example of me wearing Auric and not looking like a grease ball, because I realized a lot of people who maybe had oily skin were really afraid to use it as a highlight, but it is beautiful. I mean, like, look at that sheen. It's stunning, you know? So that's it. That's my like quick, natural tutorial. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I guess that's it. Bye.